Hi, my name's Derek and I'm not an expert, but we're back in my veggie patch. This time, we're going to explore ways in which you can grow vegetables when you're limited by space. Maybe you've got an apartment, maybe you've got a flat, maybe you've got a courtyard, and you don't really have an area where you can grow vegetables, but you really want to enjoy that fresh, healthy, organic produce. Well, here's a few tips on how you can do it. This particular video was inspired by a group out in Philippi in Cape Town. Heart Capital have a project there where they're supplying pods of vegetables in a township area where vegetables are very hard to grow because nobody really has space. We're talking about shack dwellers, low-income housing areas where the soil is absolutely rubbish, but they want to encourage healthy eating and also a sustainable lifestyle where you can grow some vegetables, maybe sell them to your neighbors. So here is a milk carton that Food Pods have given me. But you can use an apple crate. I grow vegetables in pots. The way we're going to start is we're going to take this Hessian sack, and this is just a simple offcut of Hessian. The reason I'm doing this is this will just help me keep the soil inside the crate. The first thing I'm going to put in here is soil from my own garden. Now, so this is soil you can obtain from anywhere. I'm going to supplement it with other soils. So here I go. I'm just going to tip that in there. The next thing I'm going to put in here is actually a potting mix. The nice thing about a potting mix is it's self-contained as far as it's got all the goodness and nutrients that vegetables and plants need that they can't get if they're not actually buried in the ground. So now I've just smoothed out that potting mix and I've just kind of worked in a bit of my own rubbish soil into it. The seedlings that we planted in our punnets a while back have grown. Because they're relatively young, what I'm going to do on top of the potting mix is I'm going to put some seedling mix. Remember, the reason we use seedling mix is because it's gentle on small and fragile roots, and it's also got specific nutrients that are good for young plants. So here's my seedling mix. It's nice and rich and dark. Just going to work it in. So we've got a bit of the goodness of the potting mix coming through too. So then I'm going to take these transfers and place them in the crate. I'm going to do them quite evenly spaced so that they have enough room to grow. In removing them from the tray, the one thing that I don't want to do is break all the roots. But what I do want to do is kind of loosen them so that they easily take into the new soil. So I'm going to push from the bottom of the tray, wrinkle up the bottom of the tray, and then gently lift the transfer out. As you can see, the roots are wrapped around this original soil, and I'm just going to gently knead them like that, not break them, but gently start loosening them up as I start to place it in here. I put it in nice and tightly. I press down around it, not too hard. And I'm going to do exactly the same with all of these. Obviously, when it comes to veggie gardening, you're going to want your vegetables to be grown in as much sunlight as possible. Probably not a full day's worth of sunlight, but you want to get at least 4 to 6 hours of sunlight. All right, and the last thing I'm going to do is just patter this gently down with a bit of water, hoping that it'll also soften the soil around the roots and just loosen them so they can take into the tray. And that's it. I'm going to place this food pot outside my back door where I'm not going to forget to water it twice a day. In the cool of the morning and the cool of the evening, not in the heat of the day. And very soon, I'm going to be enjoying these beautiful leaves from the Swiss chard. Healthy, organic, and something I've had a hand in growing.